If you've never taken part in the Sun Run, it's something that everybody should do, but you got to do it knowing what's going to happen going in, and Dawn's setting you up right now.
Exactly. I always seem to know what's happening from the perspective of not participating. In other words, how do I get out of the downtown core, Tim? But this really is a big run. How many people actually participate?
We're about 40,000 people registered right now, and anticipating a few more registering today until midnight online, and then of course at our expo at BC Place on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And
truly a massive run. I mean, we're seeing footage right now. It is truly a community type of an event. Tell us a little bit about what's new to make the experience great for the everyday runner.
Well, we're down here at the start line at Georgia and Burrard Street, and this year we've got a women's start starting 10 minutes before the regular start. There's going to be 50 elite women that'll get a chance to race out and basically get the profile that they deserve. They've always started with the 50 elite men, but this year they get their own start and their own finish, which will really profile the women runners that we have coming out each year to the Sun Run. We've also changed some of the timing so that people can come down a little bit earlier that are in the blue and yellow and green zones, and then the people that are in the white and red and purple zones, they can come down a little bit later and start, because we've always started the event in waves and we want to make it a more enjoyable experience for all of our participants.
So once again, we're here at the start line, so give us a general idea of the route.
Well, we start here, again, Georgia and Burrard. We go down through and into Stanley Park, a bit through English Bay, over the Burrard Street Bridge, and then along through 4th and 6th Ave, over the Cambie Street Bridge, and finish up at BC Place.
A lot of people want to know about the road closures, though. It's really, how do I get out of the downtown? That's the key.
Well, all of our road closures are available on our website at thevancouversunrun.com. We close down portions of the downtown core starting at 5 a.m. and also around BC Place at 5 a.m. And then it's really rolling road closures along the route for the rest of the morning till about 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Or don't leave the downtown, come and watch, because there's lots of ability to watch. By the way, registration online, deadline's tonight, right?
Deadline's tonight at midnight.
Midnight tonight. More information, go to the website on your screen. And we've got more things like tips on what to eat on race day, some stretches and all that throughout the morning downtown. And we're in the perfect location for our live eye this morning, because this place is gonna be packed on Sunday for the Vancouver Sun Run. We're just off of where everything is starting up. Ashley, good morning.
Good morning.
It's a good thing we're going to talk a little bit about warming up and everything, because it's a bit chilly this morning.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so obviously people that are participating in the Sun Run, hopefully they've been training already. At this point, what should they have already been doing leading up to this?
So hopefully by this point they've successfully completed a 10K race. During this week, we're actually not suggesting that they complete a full 10K. We're actually focusing on tapering the training a little bit.
So what does that mean?
So at this point, they're actually not going to be doing their full 10K. Maybe a good 30-40 minute, a light, easy run, just getting their body and their muscles moving, but not so exerted that they won't be able to peak on race day.
Okay, so we want to make sure that they actually have that chance to do really well and not really be tuckered out.
Yes, exactly. A lot of people make that mistake that they think they need to actually be doing the 10K leading up, but that in fact will actually harm them the day of the race.
Okay, so on race day, we want to stay warm, we want to stay limber, and again, not use up all our energy. What are some great stretches to do?
So now is actually a perfect time for everybody who's training to start thinking about what they're going to be doing on race day. So the warm-up will actually be about 20 to 25 minutes. And we want to start with a nice light jog, keeping in mind that we don't want to exert anything, any of our muscles, so the goal here is just to get us ready. So once we've done that for about 5 minutes, we're going to move into a dynamic warm-up. So the goal here is we're going to be stretching our muscles, but keeping our body warm as well. So doing things like those lunges and twisting the body. So now we're getting the upper and the lower body in with that.
When we get to the actual moment of the race, and of course we got the footage that's going to inspire everyone to want to get ready, when that start goes, how do we make sure that we can sustain the 10K?
So this is another thing that a lot of people make a mistake with. We don't want to start off too quickly. Remember, it's a race, it's 10 kilometers. So you want to start nice and slow so that you can peak, at the end, at the middle. Remember that in the middle there, it's going to be a little tough. So you don't want to have exerted yourself right at the start line.
So go slow, Thor, but go quickly if you want to register. Midnight tonight, register for online for the Vancouver Sun Run, and I know you'll have the road closures as well.
Indeed. Thanks a lot, Dawn. We'll keep those tips in mind for all those people getting prepped. Got to stay limber, got to stretch it out.
You have to remember, and I think, Ashley, as a nutritionist, food is fuel. That is really the primary reason for food. So what do we need to do to make sure that we have lots of gas for that? Well, we don't want lots of gas for the race. Lots of fuel for the race.
Yes, exactly. We do not want gas. So the week leading up, you want to make sure that you have your diet is rich in carbohydrates. And everybody says that. But really a lot of people will actually limit the amount of protein and fat that they take in and turn more to the carbohydrates so they're getting that energy for the race day. The key here though is we're not trying anything different this week. So you want to stick to those foods that you're comfortable with, that you've tried already. At this point, if you've been training, you've got some foods that you can stick to and you can go out and run after you eat. So you want to stick to something you know. Pick your favorite meal and stick with that.
So when we hear of things like, I know that in the news right now too, they're talking about caffeine being a really great thing. So that can be good, but maybe not necessarily.
Absolutely. Caffeine is really in the buzz right now, and it can actually give you some energy, absolutely. The trick again with that is we're not going to try that for the first time on race day. So that's really for people who have found that kind of niche, who can have their caffeine and find the balance within the hydration to give them the energy, but sustain their energy throughout the race.
What about after the race?
After the race, caffeine or food-wise?
Well, food, what should you be eating?
Food, so you want to refuel as soon as you can after the race. Remember, you've just exerted your body for 10 kilometers. So you want to make sure that as soon as you can, 30 minutes, 60-minute window, get something into you, and you want to get maybe some proteins now. You've had carbs all the way up until the race. Let's put some protein into our body to restore those muscles that we've just used for so long.
So much great information. By the way, registration online, midnight tonight is the deadline for the Vancouver Sun Run. Also race routes and everything, all found on the website. Thank you so much for joining us. Deadline tonight. For more details on how you can register though in person, you can check out the website online. But Rand, we're right now basically where it all starts.
Yeah.
And speaking of where it all starts, just in having a quick conversation with you, I can't believe that you have such a history, or your family does. Tell us about that.
Well, it goes way back. Well, my parents, Doug and Diane Clement, started the event 31 years ago now as a way to get their athletes more international exposure and also bring health and fitness to the community.
And they're still going to participate this year?
Yeah, they will be. Yeah, they'll be out there power walking away and very fast times, actually. So they're looking forward to that.
And the big goal for your dad is what?
Yeah, well, he wants to break his time in minutes by his age. So he'll be 82, so he's going to go under 82 minutes.
I love it. What a great goal. Now, for people that are participating, let's talk about what they should be wearing. Obviously, running shoes are of importance.
Yeah, it's probably the most critical piece of equipment that you can be utilizing. But my advice would be don't go run out and buy a new pair of shoes today for the event. Just utilize the ones you've been training with. You should be good. Maybe do a double knot because, with all the activity going on, it's very likely your shoelace can come undone. So a double knot, but use your existing shoes for sure.
Now, we know that the weather's supposed to be decent, as it was today and is today, but I have to say it's a bit cool in the morning. So how do we make sure that we're comfortable throughout the course of the race?
Well, there's a couple little tricks. As you're in the corrals here waiting, it can be for extended period of time and you can start to get quite chilled. So my advice would be bring an old sweatshirt, old sweatpant. If it's raining, a plastic garbage bag, and you keep that on just before the race start and you just toss it off to the side of the road here, and the Salvation Army comes by and collects it all and donates it after the event. Also, maybe just wear a layer or two for the actual apparel that you'll be running with, and you can unzip and maintain your temperature throughout the race.
Fantastic. So many great tips for route and road closures and online registration. Check out the website. Jody, again, this is where it all starts. And I never knew that when you kind of rip off those clothes in the race that the Salvation Army picks them up. So what a great way also to support the Salvation Army.
We just had that aha moment together, Dawn. That is amazing. Everybody going to the Sun Run should rock something that they can toss to the side that the Salvation Army can use.